Hey everybody, it's Alyssa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video that includes you guys, my subscribers and followers on Instagram. I asked you guys about a week ago on my Instagram, which I will put on the screen if you guys would like to follow me because I do a lot of stuff that relates to videos on my Instagram. And I asked all of you to send me pictures of tattoos that you regret, tattoos that you don't like on your body, and tattoos that you would let me make fun of or just react to. I'm not a very mean person. I'm not very good at being mean. So if you're looking for a video where I'm gonna completely destroy your life when it comes to like your tattoos, it's not gonna happen because I'm not very good at being mean. I'm just reacting to the tattoos that you sent me. I'm not gonna be like exposing each person's username or anything, so I'm gonna blur out your username on Instagram so people can't go like make fun of you. A lot of the submissions I got, the tattoos are pretty bad. And I can't say much. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know that I've done many stick and pokes on myself, and there's a couple tattoos on my body that I'm probably gonna get covered in the future. And if you guys want to know the tattoos that I don't like on my body, stay till the end of the video because I'll let you know the tattoos on my body that I don't like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started with the very first submission that I got. This is actually from someone that I went to high school with. He sent me the picture of a tattoo on his hand, which you guys will see on the screen. It's like a ghost or like a Pac-Man ghost or something like that, and it's honestly not that bad. I thought it was a stick and poke, so I asked him if it was a stick and poke, and he said that it's a professional tattoo. All I have to say about it is that it kind of looks like a stick and poke tattoo. The lines are already faded, and I'm pretty sure he didn't get this tattoo like that long ago, and he said it was like $25. So you get what you pay for. The next submission is from a girl named Michaela. She said she decided to go to a place that her friend recommended her to, and it was a lady doing tattoos out of the basement of her house. Turns out she doesn't know how to draw or even make a cross. It's lopsided, but she still loves it, which is okay. You can have a tattoo on your body that's hideous, but if you still love it, it's your body, so who cares? But you can obviously see on the cross that it is not even. It's not even at all. It's not dark, which I mean, tattoos fade after a while, but it's not good. I'm sorry, it's not good. How do you mess up a cross? Like that's my one question is, how do you mess up a cross? It's literally like you just lines and then you fill it in. I feel like anyone with no artistic talent could do that themselves. Like, how can you not even do a cross? Next is from someone named Megan. Honestly, when I first got the submission, I had no idea what it even was. I had to stare at it for a little bit, but I think it's a lightning bolt coming out of clouds. It honestly looks like it was drawn on with like Sharpie. It doesn't really look like a tattoo. If this is not a stick and poke tattoo, I'm sorry Megan, but this is really bad. Obviously you guys can see that these circles are not even circles at all. They're not perfect circles, which they should be if it's a tattoo. The clouds or whatever, all the lines have jumbled up together so you can't really tell what they are. And then obviously the lightning bolt is not very defined. So I'm not sure if Megan did this herself at home. It would make more sense if she did, but if this is a professional tattoo that you paid for, I would cry. This next submission was honestly probably the worst one out of all of the submissions. I don't remember her name, but she sent me this and I stared at it for a while trying to figure out what it even was. It's literally a half sleeve. I would cry if half of my arm looked like this. I can see that there's some type of like clock compass thing in there somewhere in the middle, and then there's obviously flowers around it, but the flowers don't even look like they're finished. They're obviously not colored or shaded in at all, and half of the lines are completely just gone. The flower at the very bottom looks like it's trying to hold something, but I cannot tell what it is holding. I'm sorry whoever sent this to me, but this tattoo is not good. And it could easily be fixed. Like, you can get a good tattoo artist to go over all of these lines, shade in the flowers, even put some color in it if you want to, and this could be a really, really good tattoo. You would just obviously have to spend the money on it. But whoever did this to you did you dirty. I'm not gonna lie, they did you dirty, but you could honestly go get this fixed by a good tattoo artist, like 100%. I think they're gonna win the worst submission. So this next tattoo, I didn't really even think it was that bad, honestly. It says that it's a stick and poke that they hate. Honestly, I don't hate it. And it doesn't really look too much like a stick and poke to me. You can obviously see where it's blown out a little bit, where you could kind of see the fogginess underneath the letters. I don't think it really looks that bad. It looks like maybe 2 teardrops or water drops, and then it says bummer around it, which honestly, I don't hate it. Like, I know this is supposed to be a video where I like roast your tattoos, but I don't really think it's that bad, especially for a stick and poke. The lines are really straight. Obviously it's blown out a little bit, but I wouldn't hate it. I guess it depends on where the placement is because I can't really tell where it is. Next is from someone named Brienne. It says Mama at the top. There's a cross, and then it says Grammy, I think. So this tattoo could have been a lot better. Obviously, you could tell that the Mama and the Grammy are not lined up at all. Like, you need to put the very first M in the center of the cross, and then the whole thing would be lined up better. Maybe the person who wanted this tattoo picked this font. I think there could have been a better font that was picked, because the Grammy, all the M's kind of look like they're all just together and it's hard to read a little bit. But honestly, the only thing that really needs to be fixed about this is that it just needs to line up a little bit better, and maybe the font needs to be changed. The cross doesn't look that bad and the line work doesn't look awful. So this next one I stared at for a little bit because I could not figure out what it was, and then I realized that it is an actual like skull. It's not that bad. It's like a skull with flowers for the eyes, flowers around the head, some like leaves, a wave. I think the wave looks pretty. The person that has the tattoo said that the flowers were never finished, so you could kind of tell that. Honestly, it's not that bad. Like, I don't hate it. You could tell what it is when you look at it a little bit. I just think obviously the flowers, it would look better if the flowers were finished. But I like the light blue and everything. But if this was on my body, I would not enjoy it either. So next, this one might top for one of the worst ones too. This is from someone named Alicia. I think it's a stick and poke. She said it was supposed to be her grandmother's birthday and the day that she died, with a heart in the middle, and she said it was a terrible job on her part. So I believe this is a stick and poke. Obviously you can't really tell what any of the letters are. If she wouldn't have told me that there was a heart in the middle, I would have had no idea what is in the middle. I feel bad that this is on your body because it's supposed to be a memorial, like a memorial piece of like your grandmother. I feel really bad that this is on your body, but since it's so light and the line work is not pretty dark or anything like that, you could easily get it covered up with something professional that looks really good, because you could tell that it's a pretty small piece, but it's really bad. I'm sorry, it's really bad. Ziggy! Can you chill? This next one is from someone named Alex. She said this is her embarrassing tattoo that her boyfriend gave her. It's supposed to be her zodiac sign, which is, I honestly don't know how to say that zodiac sign, and I don't know much about zodiac signs, so you guys will see it on the screen. It's very blown out. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it looks like there's a whole bruise on her collarbone from how blown out the tattoo is. It is thick, so I feel like he went over that tattoo over and over and over again, because stick and pokes, if you've never done one before, they take a long time to get thicker and thicker. Like, these tattoos on my wrist aren't even that big, and they took me like 4 to 5 hours, so I can't imagine how long this one took, because it's pretty thick lines. It could be worse. I mean, but I just feel bad that it's like such a visible placement, because people are probably like, what is that? This is from someone named Madison. She said she likes the tattoo sometimes, but it was her first tattoo and she thinks it's pretty corny now. So when I saw it, the first thing I thought in my head was that the lines look really pretty, but it is very corny. It's like one of those basic tattoos like faith, love, hope, and it's just one of those tattoos that, like, when you search tattoo ideas into Pinterest, this is one of the things that show up. But the lines are really pretty. I think that the lettering is pretty. It looks like someone's handwriting, and I think the placement is in a nice place, but I just think it's like a very basic tattoo. I believe it's a cross with like the lines at the hospital when you're like breathing. I totally forgot what they're called, and then a heart. So it's not a bad tattoo. It's just very like basic, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you don't like basic stuff, then. Next is from another person named Madison. When I see tattoos like this, I remind myself that I don't think I ever want to get color tattoos, because the way that they could look after time. I don't know if she's had this tattoo for a while, but you guys can obviously see the colors are just not bright. They're very dull. Even the black lining is very dull. The roses look pretty themselves, and I think it could look very pretty, but the line work is just so light that it just makes the colors look really bland. The color choices are pretty. I like the colors that you chose for the roses, but the green on the leaves just make it look really like cheap looking. So that's my opinion on it. I don't think it's like too bad, but it just reminds me like color tattoos are just not my thing. Next is from someone named Matt, I believe. They asked for this tattoo, and it's a tattoo from Pinterest, which I've seen many, many times, which is like a mountain and a wave or something like that. And this is what they got. It's obviously not the same thing, but they did get what they asked for. I mean, it just doesn't look as good, but obviously each tattoo artist has their own talent. I don't think it should be that hard to make a couple mountains and a wave. It honestly looks like a stick and poke tattoo. I don't know how much you paid for this, but I hope you didn't pay much because it doesn't look amazing. It looks like it's on your foot though, so at least you can hide it. Next is from someone named Allie. They said that their boyfriend got a free tattoo of Kuruma from Naruto, and it didn't turn out how he wanted, which I can totally see why. It's pretty horrible. It looks like a really just bad drawing that someone in like middle school did when they're bored during their class at school. It's the general idea of it, but obviously the line work is really bad. It doesn't even look like it's shaded in all the way. The lines are all like blurry. There's no shading with anything. It's just like an outline. I wouldn't say it's a very good tattoo, and she said that he's getting covered up very soon. If you go to a good tattoo artist, I'm sure you could get an amazing tattoo to cover that up. Next is from someone named Sarah, I believe. It was supposed to be Hebrew calligraphy for "Here I Am, Lord." Someone stole the design later and it looked much better than mine. That would suck so bad if like you got a tattoo that you thought of the idea, someone copied you and theirs looked so much better. It's really tiny, so it says that you did get it covered up. The lines are very jumbled together. Like, I don't know if you guys can like tell. It just kind of looks like a big blob. And I obviously don't know Hebrew, so I wouldn't know what it says anyway, but yeah, I'm glad you got it covered up. It's it's not horrible, but it's not good. The next one is from someone named Erica, and it's literally just don't. Erica, don't ever do this to yourself again. Why did you put it on your arm? Like, first of all, the letters go like this, and if it was a stick and poke, the lines are very dark, so you obviously went over it many, many times. I just don't understand why. Why did you get a tattoo that says don't? Like, don't what? Don't. I'm just so confused. I hope you get that covered up in the future. This next person's tattoo is another one that you would see on Pinterest. If you look up tattoo ideas, it says stay strong in an infinity symbol, and then it goes to a feather, and then it goes to a couple of birds. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this tattoo literally everywhere, which is not a bad thing, but I just feel like when you get a tattoo, you should like get something that's like original or changed up a little bit. But the feather looks really pretty. I really like how you can see the individual like feather, what's the word? Like the little like hairs of the feather. And I like how in the middle of it you could see that white line. So I think that looks really pretty. She said that she likes the idea, but one of the birds is just a blob. And that's another thing I was gonna say, is that some of the birds just kind of look like not like birds. And then the lines on the infinity stay strong are really thin, so they're obviously fading really fast. And that's one of the things that happens when you get a like really thin tattoo, is that they fade so much faster and the lines get so faint. That's why like people talk about how like thick my tattoo is on my arm right here, but I like it because when it fades, it's still gonna be like really dark. And that's personally what I like, but everybody's different obviously. Next is from someone named Kate. They obviously took this picture right after it was done. I think it's like a lotus with some hearts or something. I've seen this tattoo many times on the internet. The lines are really pretty, really dark. The line from like the lotus or flower at the top going down to the little loops is not straight, but it could be worse. I mean, I don't really think it's that bad. Next is from someone named Lydia. They got it during the Friday the 13th tattoo at her local shop. She wanted it on the back of her neck, but state laws can't tattoo from the neck up. I did not know that was a law in places. It's supposed to be a peacock. It's not that bad. It's kind of cute. It would have definitely looked better if you had it at the back of your neck where you could hide it with your hair. I can tell that it is a peacock. It kind of reminds me of the little peacock thing from the Beauty and the Beast, so it could definitely be worse. Next is from someone named Livia, who let her friend give her a stick and poke tattoo on the ankle. It's a star. You can tell it's a star, so that's good. Obviously the lines are horrible. You could tell it's a stick and poke. It's probably gonna fade after a couple years. It's bad. your friend did you dirty. Next is whatever this shape is. I don't know my shape, so it's a hexagon, pentagon, something like that. Don't remember what shapes are called. It's, she did say that it was ugly, so I can say it's ugly too. I do agree that it's not a very pretty tattoo. I don't really understand, like, why. Like, why you got a random shape. It could have a meaning. Yeah, the lines aren't straight. You can see where it's kind of blurry. It's just, it's not pretty. Someone named Lily sent this one. It was a stick and poke, obviously. It looks like a moon. The moon on my heel doesn't look like a moon, so I can't really make fun of anybody for having bad moons, but obviously it's very light, so it's barely even noticeable anyway, but you obviously didn't go over it very much, and it doesn't look like a moon. I can't really tell what it looks like, honestly. Someone named Haley got the exact same tattoo as me on my finger, which a lot of people have anyway. She doesn't like it because it's crooked, which it is definitely crooked, but good thing that it's on your hand, it's gonna fade. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty dark. The only thing that looks like it's really faded is the cross in the, like the line in the middle. This is from someone named Alyssa. They got this for the grandma who's a breast cancer survivor, but the lady did so bad. Honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's very light. It looks like a ribbon. Like, you could tell what it is, and it definitely could be worse. Like, I honestly wouldn't hate on it so much because it's really not that bad of a tattoo. It just could be a little bit darker. Next is 2 Harry Potter tattoos on both wrists. They don't like it anymore because it keeps fading, which is definitely understandable. For some reason, my tattoos on my wrist and on my hands have not faded, and I've had them for years, and I don't know why they haven't faded yet. The tattoos don't look bad, but obviously, like you said, they're very faded. The Deathly Hallows symbol is not even. This next one is from Sammy. Ooh. So the flowers, I don't know if the tattoo you're showing me is like the lady with the deer at the top or if it includes the flowers at the bottom, but I think the flowers and the line work of those are really dainty and pretty. But obviously this tattoo at the very top, it's like a girl with a deer, and if it was done right, it could have been really beautiful because I really like the idea of it. But the lady's face, it's messed up. Like, her left eye is like all the way up here and her right eye is like all the way down here, which I get like angles and everything, but it just doesn't look very good. The flowers are faded so much that you can't even really tell what they are. Yeah. It could have been a lot better, but I wouldn't hate on it too much. And you have the same Rick and Morty shirt that I have. Next is some birds. More birds. We've seen a couple birds this episode of I Roast Your Tattoos, kind of. They just look like birds. I mean, it's really basic. I mean, there's probably millions and millions and millions of people who have this same exact bird tattoo on their arm. This person, her and her best friend got matching arrows. She's had it for 2 years and it's faded this much, and they got it professionally. It's on the inside of her ankle. You could obviously tell that they're arrows, so that's a good thing. They don't meet in the middle at the same spot. It's kind of uneven, and they're obviously faded a lot. It looks like a stick and poke. I keep saying this for like every single one of them, but if it looks like a stick and poke and it's a professional tattoo, it's probably not very good. This next one, she said she doesn't hate it, but it's very poorly done, and she got this in a shop by the owner's son. It's not that bad. I think you should have gotten it like shaded in and like colored, so it had some substance to it. It's literally just the outline. I honestly think that if you got it shaded or colored or something like that, it would look really good. That's my recommendation, is I really don't think it's that bad, honestly. This next one really confuses me, and I can't tell if it's even a tattoo. I guess it is, and I don't know if it's professional or not, but it says Pisces equals me, emo-ish, love sleep, kind-hearted, childish, funny, and chunky. Why would you get this on your body? I mean, I like that it's like purple, like it's not black. I don't get why you would get, like, why? Why? Chunky? Okay. Next is a cross on someone's ankle. It's really dark. It's not that bad. Very dainty. I don't think it's really that bad, honestly. Next is an arrow on someone's like forearm. It's not good. The lines aren't straight. They're obviously very faded. You can literally see like a whole section that's not even filled in. The point of the arrow is barely there. Next is a girl that said that she got her ex's initials and she needs to get it covered up. Oh my god. It's literally like smack dab on her arm right here. Her ex's initials. I am sorry. Warning to everybody, never get an ex's name anything that reminds you of a person that you're dating tattooed on your body, because there's always a chance, even if you're married to someone, there's always a chance that you guys could get divorced or break up, and then you have to stare at that tattoo on your body for the rest of your life unless you get it covered. So just don't do it. And I can't even tell what the initials are, like a G or a J, an A and a D maybe, but I honestly cannot tell. We have a couple more. This one, she said she doesn't hate it, and I don't either. I think it's so cute. I love the line work of the skeleton and the shading of the skeleton and the little gravestone. I think it's so cute. I wish it didn't say, "Can I pet your dog please?" But I love it. If you love it, I love it. I don't even want to roast it, honestly, because I love it so much. And the next one is a girl who said she wanted like something like bread and butter. She sent me like what she wanted and how it came out and how it has faded, or how it's healed. Not even faded, like how it healed. It's so bad. Guys, this is so bad, and I don't know how much you spent on this tattoo, but I hope you didn't spend a lot. I don't even know what to say about it other than it just looks absolutely awful. The bread is like sideways. Doesn't even really look like bread. Like, if I saw this without you telling me the story about it, I honestly probably wouldn't have even understood what it was. The butter kind of looks like a pile of like cheese maybe. It just looks really bad. And obviously in the next couple years, it's probably gonna fade to literally nothing, because if it healed that light, it's literally gonna fade awful. So that was all the tattoos. This video is probably super long. Maybe I should have done 2 parts to this video. Or if you guys have any bad tattoos and you want to send them to my Instagram, and if you like this video, I'll do another one. Like I said, I'm not a very mean person, so I don't think I was really too mean to any of you guys, which if you guys don't like that, I'm sorry, but it's basically just me reacting to your tattoos. And yeah, so I'm gonna talk about the tattoos on my body that I don't really like anymore. And it's not that I don't like them where I like wish they weren't there. It's just ones that I want to get covered up in the future. So the first one is the cross on my finger, which has not really faded at all, and I've had it since I was like 16, so it's been like 4 years since I've had it on my finger. It's not like, it doesn't look bad, it's just more like the meaning to it. I'm not a very religious person anymore. I'm not big into religion. I think a lot of people that are religious are hypocritical and stuff like that. I've been looking into other religions like Wicca and stuff like that. That's the religion that I've been looking into, and I still believe that there's like a God and a Jesus, but I'm not particularly like a Christian. Like, my parents are like hardcore Christian. This cross is not really like, it doesn't really represent me as a person anymore. I'm just not a very like religious person, so that's the reason why I don't like it. It's not that I don't like the way it looks, it's more like the meaning behind it. And then also the very first tattoo I got right here is this like little wildflower, and if you guys could see, some of the lines are very like jumbled together now. Like, some of the flowers you can't even really tell, you know, like what they are anymore. I think this flower still looks really pretty and everything like that, but in the future I'm definitely going to get it covered. I'm going to be getting a sleeve eventually, and I just want it to have a little bit more substance to like this tattoo. I'm thinking about getting like Hedwig from Harry Potter on here too, so I have like a crow and then an owl, but I don't know yet. I'm probably gonna get it covered. If not, I'm just gonna get stuff around it that kind of like makes it not show as much anymore. So those are the 2 tattoos on my body that I'm not particularly a fan of anymore. And that happens. Literally the message of this video is, it's okay if you have a bad tattoo. It's okay, because you can always get it covered up. Laser removal is a thing. Yes, it's expensive, but it's a thing. And it just shows the process of your life. I mean, it's literally art on your body. You get at 16, you get at 50, but when you're older, you can look back at your young self and say, hey, I got this tattoo at this point in my life. It has a reason behind it, or I just did it for fun. Like, it tells a story of your life, and I don't think it's a bad thing to have bad tattoos on your bodies. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was really fun to make. My throat is like dying right now because I've been talking so much. Like I said, if you guys would like to follow me on my social media, I do things like I did in this video where I get subscribers to send me things, and I do them in future videos. And then I also have a PO box if you guys would like to send me anything. I still need to do a video where I show you some of the things that I've gotten. I've got a lot of cute letters and packages and really amazing stuff from you guys that I love so much. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.